So welcome back everybody after a long time in this daily recap. So this from the start of February up until mid the end of April, hopefully even later than that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do mandatory 30 minutes of review at the end of each day, and we're going to start today. So I can give you a live update, but that's not the case. It's not the scope of the video. So today we had some nice and interesting price action. We are seeing now gold. We see that today we had a little bit of ranging throughout the London and a little bit bearish, no volume, but then doing, especially after the 10 a.m. Eastern candle, we saw a very huge spike in a couple of hours, 250 pips, which was also reflected on GBPUSD, for example. Sort of same movement, even breaking below some hourly PSAs, but then breaking, and the last 2 hours doing like a 70 pip move. But let's start with gold. If we dig into the lower time frame, we can start from the early the late London session. So that's what I was looking for. That's when I was looking at it. So this trend line is not really useful. I missed the early London session, but as we can see, price broke some, was clearly in a bearish downtrend, broke some very nice strong lows and retested the area. This is an entry that I missed because I was already looking at it, but I missed it. And yeah, with just a 7 pip stop loss, this one would have been a nice win, more than 30-40 pips of down move, downtrend. Then the history was repeating, so we saw that the price was continuing bearish. We broke below. That's where I had my limit order placed at this level. I got lucky because price went like 9 pips in drawdown, and I have a 10 pip stop loss. Was really close to get it touched. You can see. Let's see if I have. No, I don't have the one. No, I don't have the one with the stop loss, but the stop loss was basically almost touched. And yeah, with a nice 25 pips candle. That's where my TP got hit at 30 pips. Yeah, 30.1 pips. That was my trade of the day. Very nice. And after waiting, was a little bit heavy drawdown, yes, but it is what it is. Then during the New York session, I had some missed entry. For example, this one from the 2023. You can see over here, this is due to jobless claims coming very poor, and that's when I didn't have the time physically to enter because it's also in the same 1 minute candle, but this is where I could have entered with just 5 pips of drawdown, would have gone into TP fast, and after that price just went bam, higher highs and higher lows, and higher highs and higher lows. We had looks a lot. Seems like a lot of time, but we're still like, this is 15 minutes after the news. We have another block, it gets broken. This is also another entry that I wanted to take, and 5 pips, and then straight up for more than 40-60 pips. Same thing, price is failing to break. It then breaks and retests the order block. This is at break even, never goes back, and then slowly, a little bit slower because the volume, we're talking about 20 minutes, then it will go into your TP. After that, this is due to the PMIs coming out very good for the USD. Gave just a spike, just a single candle spike, because after that, that's when it actually started the bullish momentum on gold, and the weakness in the USD pair. You can see how price actually, I was not at the charts right now, but yeah, this is 15 minutes before London close. Price is still breaking above these highs. It retests 5 pips of drawdown, and then it will go for another leg of profits. Even a breaker retest of this area, pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. This one would almost be a break even. Then it breaks above here and will go. Simply when is the price is trending bullish, I mean it is just trending bullish. Here maybe possible loss, no, 8 pips, and then it will go. So you can see how, let me just place some, this one would have been a win. And this one is the most clear. This one would have been a win. This one would have been a win. We're talking about 5 pips of drawdown. This one, if I was in here, I would not enter there, but let's say I get my TP over there. This is a possible entry for a possible second entry. And then you can see we had before that, we have these, possible win, we have this possible win, we have this possible win. So you can see that price gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 very good opportunities before smashing, probably even at a very big hourly PSA 2065, but just playing the trend. Of course, if we want to be completely honest, of course now with the news, no, but do we have any sign of possible sell area? We don't break below any low, we don't break below any low, we don't break below, maybe if we are just scalping very straightforward, this might be a possible single candle. This might be a loss, just if you just want to be completely honest. This one, if we are in a buy because we are breaking above, that's a win. And then maybe only later on we will maybe take a loss, but this is absolutely some majestic price action, okay, which is very, very good. Then if we go on GBPUSD, basically the same thing happened. The only thing is that during the London session, you can see we had a little bit more, this is yesterday, we had a little bit more volume during the London session, especially the late one, because we had some GBP news. And if we zoom in, of course, playing the dollar weakness, this one would just go up. It's not as clean as gold because you see that you have to pick nicely the areas, because you see this breakout goes into drawdown and then goes back up. Here it's not easy, it's not one single candle, you have to wait for this before pushing up. Then over here you see there's a little bit more drawdown. On GBPUSD the trend was not that clean later on, but you can see that before that the price was moving nicely. This one would have been a loss, for example, if I was in this trade. This one would have been a win. Okay. Here, this is a nice one. If you miss this entry, you had another one for another leg up. But before that, you can see that this is after the news at 10 AM, the PMIs. The price action was not really straightforward. Maybe you wanted this one to break above, so you would wait for this entry. Price retesting multiple times the same area. So you can see that the trend was not that clean on GBPUSD. Yeah, it was not that clean. Anyway, the overall bullish trend fashion, especially later on, was clear, but it was very apparent from the start of the 10 AM candle when you see that the price action is not reacting. I mean, you would expect some more volume. I had, for example, a sell stop below here after seeing this huge candle and seeing the very good USD news report. But after seeing this price action, it's clear that I'm not saying that I expected a 60 pip move, but it was sort of understandable, at least to be sketchy about the bearish continuation, because if the news did not give this this momentum push, it's not going to happen afterwards. So this was yesterday, this was today, this was the London session, a little bit more slow, especially with the USD pairs waiting for the news throughout the New York session. So there was not, I mean, this is a 10 pip range, and yeah, so this is it. So if we let me just save this. If we just, for example, move to GJ, I don't know where we are. I have absolutely no idea where we are on GJ. 186. So you can see this is okay. If we go on the hourly, we are now in a corrective phase after topping the 189, possible corrective phasing from new highs, but you can see how we are still, sorry for the mess, we're still reacting at these lows, still possibly making we can react at these lows and then continue to push up pretty easily. You can see over here, let me just do that. If we break below here, then we can possibly have a deeper pullback at these lows. Otherwise, we can see if the fundamentals, I don't know anything about the fundamentals, if the fundamentals stay active, that's what we can see on the high time frame. But if we dig into the lower time frame and we just want to have a look at today, you can see how with the dollar weakness, also the GBP gains strength in both cases, and also it's sort of the safe havens pairs that are losing strength, because at the same time that USD, the yen also lost some strength, and this is quite a big movement. I mean, we're talking about 100 pips, but yeah, okay. So now this is different. Throughout the whole New York session, GJ moved quite nicely. I don't like the spread on GJ, maybe because I try to treat it like a Euro USD, GBPUSD pair, and have a very tight stop loss. But throughout this session, it moved quite nicely, I would say. We had some nice possible entries, which will go at least to 15-20 pips. You can see over here, 15-20 pips. It was quite structured. I like this candle, and then boom, flip down. This is right before the jobless claims, of course, so the bigger spread and bigger risk. But yeah, breaking below the hourly, breaking below the PPL, correcting this movement from the upside, and as well doing the early, this is doing the early New York, late London. Let's have a look at the same time on GU, for example, at 1. Yeah, we had sort of the same spike movement because it was the interest rate decision, and also some other report from the GBP. Yeah, we see the same movement, but on GJ, the spike from the 1 is 60-70 pips in 20 minutes. Here is about, in 20 minutes, is just about 30 pips. You can see how the momentum spiking up much nicely. Here, an entry would have been very likely, would be still okay, and it will go through PPLs and PPLs. So it moved nicely, and yeah, it's interesting. I don't want really to quit on GJ because it can move nicely, especially when the USD pairs are sort of stuck, maybe waiting for some news, waiting for some report. But yeah, I would need to adapt my spread, my TP, and everything. But yeah, these are some snapshots of the setups that I saw today. I mean, I already talked about that. So for example, here on gold, instead of taking the picture, I could have entered the buy at 2034, because you can see, bam, would have gone 300 pips from there. So that's okay. This was my actual trade after I placed it at break even, very close to the TP. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I know it's not 30 minutes, but I don't know what to talk about. 15 minutes is more than enough as a start. I talked about that and I did the actual review. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you tomorrow after the NFP. Maybe we can talk about the NFP if we want. So tomorrow, just to add some minutes, tomorrow what we are waiting for is this very important report, which is the non-farm payroll, the average hourly earnings, also here month over month, and over here unemployment rate, and then later on we have the Michigan consumer sentiment to close off the week. So we are already expecting a decrease in the payrolls. So 216K was the previous one, which might be revised on the downside, and this one is another 80K expected, so we have to be careful. And the hourly earnings expected to stay the same, or maybe month over month decrease a little bit, but we're going to see. Now, if we just go back to the week, just to have a heads up of what happened this week. So we had the JOLTS job opening showing a nice increase over in the previews and in the actual data, more than expected, very nice. I don't know about the consumer confidence. I need to go into another thing to see when was that? Consumer confidence was very positive, even better than expected. And then Wednesday we had ADP showing a huge decrease. ADP, if we go on any pair, and we go, was Wednesday, right? Yeah, so yesterday. We go into yesterday. Okay. Here. So we see a huge decrease, which means that the USD should be very weak. We see this spike, and then we see the retest. This retest is where we can enter, and it's about 3 minutes later, which is good. Bam, you over here for a little bit. Hopefully, maybe you get also stopped out at break even. That's a risk. But then, boom, because do we have anything at 230? Yeah, we have the employment cost showing another decrease. Nice spike, but overall you can see that the bullish, this is what gave the bullish momentum throughout the whole session up until the 10 a.m. when we faced an hourly resistance, and that's where we, with 57 pips on the downside, and then the full correction. Did we have anything? Yeah, we had the, Fed interest rate decision, we have the FOMC, so huge spike in volatility, and then not much. And this is today. Let's see gold yesterday, how it behaved. So if we go on gold yesterday, this is doing this is the FOMC release. 60 pips up and down, and then the correction breaking below. This is still after this is doing the actual press conference. We see that it finally breaks below these lows. A retest on the dot here was where a limit order is absolutely awesome. You can see how it's retesting this liquidity area on the dot. Bam, bam, your entry is there, you're already out. This is 80 pips. You're already out over there. Over here, maybe you see these, and maybe you want to enter, you can take another leg. Even here, you can see how you have this choice, even this, or this is the safest, because you see this nice break, and then it goes, probably goes to break even, but otherwise it goes to TP. Very, very nice price action. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's wait 15 seconds so we reach the 20-minute mark, but it's absolutely fine. It's a start, And I don't have much more to talk about apart the trade that I took and already the price action. So see you tomorrow, guys.